Donald Trump just bought this altcoin. It's called Chainlink, but what makes it so special? Will it pump again like it did last cycle? And why the heck does Citibank say it could be more valuable than Bitcoin one day? Well, folks, we're going to answer all those questions today, and what I got to show you in the charts shocked even me. I might have to just buy even more Chainlink. Now, Donald Trump sees Chainlink as one of the best opportunities in crypto. What are they trying to accomplish? They're securing most of DeFi. They're working with the biggest players in crypto and finance in general, and they're going to be a top protocol for real-world assets on chain. And here's your ultimate video guide. We're going to cover what does it actually do? Are they actually securing DeFi? Who are they actually working with? And what is Trump's actual purchase here? Now, simply put, I explained it pretty well in this thread. It is an oracle, and if you don't know what the heck that means, it is a bridge between smart contracts and the outside world. It grabs real-world data and then moves this information back on chain. So if you bet crypto on the Jake Paul fight, Chainlink can settle who won and then pay out everybody via their smart contracts, or it could be a weather app. Chainlink can feed the actual weather or API from a certain web page, or maybe even traditional finance markets. It could feed any kind of price data you might want and put all of this on chain. So in a real way, crypto oracles are the backbone of crypto. You can't have any kind of real DeFi without oracle data. And on Ethereum, you rely on this oracle data. Now, other chains have some workarounds, but Ethereum, where all the DeFi action is, you definitely need this. Now, are they actually securing DeFi? Yes, they are, because they are a DeFi juggernaut. I went to DeFi Llama right here, and this is total value secured of all oracles. This is a lot more important than total value locked. I've talked about that in the past, but total value secured, that means people are actually betting with this money. This is securing billions and billions of dollars. And when you look at the competition, Chainlink #1 with $38 billion total value secured here. And they have more value secured than the rest of all competition combined. You can see very quickly we're in the single digit millions. And with their 38 billion, they're beating everyone. I would say keep an eye out on Pit though. They're a pretty good oracle as well. And I'll say, it looks pretty cool when you see all the little logos and all the little chains, and 407 protocols are secured here. But how does that benefit Chainlink? If you're wondering that, well, did you know they have to pay Chainlink for their Oracle services? And so then you have to ask yourself, what other projects have such strong revenue? And Chainlink doesn't stop there. They have other ways of making revenue as well. So when you pay node operators in Chainlink, you have to accumulate that Chainlink from somewhere, and so that creates additional buy pressure, just constant buy pressure for this link token. And if you're wondering who are they working with, like I said here, it's actually easier to ask, who are they not working with? When it comes to crypto, it's kind of a meme. Chainlink will work with everybody, but it's more like everybody has to work with Chainlink. I mean, it's just a smorgasbord of logos right there, but they're also working with the traditional system. You know, they're working with Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, Azure Cloud. These are the 3 largest cloud providers in the world. When it comes to finance, they're working with Swift, and Swift is the world's largest banking communication system. If you have any kind of wire transfer or a bank in England needs to pay a bank in Brazil, they rely on Swift. So working with Swift cannot be understated. A lot of people say this is what's going to make Chainlink dethrone XRP. Also working with BlackRock, world's largest asset manager. Also working with Visa, world's largest credit card provider. Also working with JP Morgan, the world's largest bank. But DZ, you said Donald Trump is buying. That is right, Trump bought. Well, technically, it is Trump's company, World Liberty Financial. That bot is still seen as a very bullish sign. Currently, it is up 16% over the last 24 hours. If we scroll down right here, 16.1, maybe 20%. This coin is not slowing down, people. And as far as Trump buying, he bought up some ETH, he bought some Chainlink, and he bought some Aave. Now, a couple nights ago, we told you about Aave. In fact, we told you about Aave before the pump. So if you bought based off this video, you were doing great. We actually released this around 7 p.m. And when you go to the Aave chart to see the 7 p.m. release right there, that's going to be 19 o'clock. We got you in right at $300 and Aave trading at $364. So congrats everybody who got that 20% pump. And Trump's company spent $12 million on these altcoins here. They spent $10 million on Ethereum. They spent $1 million on Chainlink, and Trump's team also spent $1 million on Aave. And I do want to do a quick mention on real-world assets. The real-world assets are going to be a huge industry, I would say, over the next decade. Chainlink looking to be the #1 player in the space, and there's projections. This space is going to hit $10 trillion by 2030, and real-world assets just mean tokenizing real things and putting it on chain. An example of this playing out could be selling Rolexes on chain, or maybe even selling real estate, but really this is going to be using in the background for the US Treasuries market, and this is going to be very bullish for Chainlink. But now it is time for our price prediction. I know a lot of you folks are just wanting to see the price prediction here, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do some quick back of the napkin math. Now, the way we're going to do this is actually measuring Chainlink in Bitcoin, measuring it in Satoshis. Now, last cycle, Chainlink did very well, but they also had a falling wedge that it broke out of. And the falling wedge, you can see, it had a little bit of bullish divergence on the daily chart. Now, when we zoom in and kind of stretch this out here, you'll see as the price was falling down, the RSI was showing more and more strength. So the price wasn't keeping up with the relative strength index. Typically, when that happens on the large time frames, you can expect some sort of reversal. Also, this is a falling wedge, which is technically a bullish pattern. That's exactly what we saw right here. You can see the RSI, was blasting to the upside here as the price was being pushed down. We had the classic falling wedge right there, and now Chainlink is starting to break out. Now let's go back to the weekly chart here. Then we're going to measure what did Chainlink look like at the breakout, from the breakout that looks very similar to the breakout that we're experiencing right here. Now, we're going to, again, price this in Bitcoin, and then we're going to do a price prediction based off a $200,000 Bitcoin. And so that means whatever we're priced here in Bitcoin, you got to double that, because I think Bitcoin's price will double. And so last cycle, you can see it jumped 600%. That is a 7x. Let's just even maybe roll it back a little bit. Let's not do a 7x, but let's assume it can do a 5 or a 6x from this level. One, not only are we coming in from a lower area, now maybe Chainlink is even more important for crypto than it was in 2020 and 2021. And because we're measuring from the breakout of the wedge right here, I want to measure from the breakout from the wedge right here. I don't want to measure from the current price. I think doing a 6x from now might be a little bit unrealistic. But if we did end up with the 6x, that's going to be pretty good. But I think Chainlink can actually hit the previous all-time high when it comes to Satoshis, and that's going to be this level right here. And that is a 10x from the falling wedge. And so let's actually go ahead and measure it from the period that we're at right now. That is a 6x, we'll just say a 550% pump for Chainlink. And so what does Chainlink look like if it does a 550% pump? That's going to be a 6.5x. Right now, Chainlink is $28. So when we do the math and we give ourselves a $28.50 Chainlink and we multiply it by 6.5x, that gives us a very great moonshot target, $185 Chainlink. But remember, we said $200,000 Bitcoin, so we actually have to double this target, because this is if only Bitcoin is at 100K. And so when we multiply by 2, $370 Chainlink, folks. That's my price target if everything goes well. So I hope that explains what Chainlink's trying to do and where it can head this cycle. If you're a Link holder, that means you're a Link Marine. So Link Marines, it's been great, and I'll see you folks at the top.